The second day of Book 1 picked up where the opening session had left off, with 4 further lots making 7 figures and a 3.1 million guineas Frankel half-brother to Golden Horn topping the session. In what was a landmark day for Norland Stud, who were responsible for 2 of the day's 7-figure lots, their Frankel colt out of Fleche store became the most expensive offering by the Juddmonte champion to sell at public auction, when being knocked down to Anthony Stroud on behalf of Godolphin. Early bids from US trainer Chad Brown, Alistair Donald and Juddmonte themselves were landed before MV Magnia took up the mantle to push the successful purchasers to the eventual session-topping price, much to the delight of consigners Norland Stud.
He was a beautiful colt. He did everything right. He's a brother to a world champion. He's my world-class sire. Everything went the right way with him, and thank goodness we got a good result.
And Matt, he's obviously a huge horse as well, looking at him. Had he always been a standout for you on the farm?
Yeah, good foal all along, very correct, very, very easy to do anything with, very easy. Never got a bang, scratch, mind-boggling. Great team effort at home with all our crew and Sarah and Stuart here, Matty at home. I mean, it's a huge team effort. We don't have a huge number of mares, but we try and have a few good ones.
And how much did he compare to the sort of Frankels you've dealt with before, or the female family?
Probably more substance, more powerful behind. Mare's very strong, very, very strong, so takes after the mum, I think. Always had a big loose walk, but big back end, which is probably different to the others we've had. She's got a full sister at home, so she's pretty nice.
Anthony Stroud, acting on behalf of Godolphin, also landed the successful bid on lot 326, a colt by another of Juddmonte's leading stallions in Kingman, who sold to the day's leading buyers for 2.3 million guineas. Out of an own sister to multiple Group 1 winner Fame and Glory, the colt was consigned by Nicholas Jones's Colne Valley Stud.
It'll be a dream, I think, for a few days yet, but no, it was simply wonderful for all those concerned. I've got a wonderful stud manager, Ian Eames, who foaled this colt, prepared him for the sales and produced him here looking a picture. The colt came up on Friday, and people immediately came up to me and said, "You've got a wonderful colt here." It's our only colt, Yearling colt at home, so it's quite difficult to compare him with any others. I thought he was wonderful, but he was one of one. When people come up to me here and have looked at 500 yearlings in this book, then it really means something when they say, "You've got a very nice yearling on your hands."
The first of the million guinea lots consigned by the day's session-topping consigners Norland Stud was lot 208, a Siyouni colt who, having been secured by MV Magnia for 1.3 million guineas, also claimed the accolade of the most expensive offering by his sire ever sold at public auction. The March-born colt by the exciting sire out of Galileo mare Cabaret was bred on the same cross as French Derby winner Sotsas and held obvious appeal to the successful purchaser as a half-brother to their 2,000 guineas winner Magna Gracia.
Yeah, well, he's bred by and owned by an Australian client of ours called Bob Scarborough, who bred Magna Gracia, who won the Guineas this year. And we hoped he'd make around the 7-figure mark, but it's fantastic to get up there. We've had them for some years. We actually sold Magna Gracia as a foal here for 360,000, I think. So she gets very, very good-looking stock. She's a group-winning Galileo mare. Galileo mares are bomb-proof, and he behaved himself the whole way through. Huge credit to my team, my staff, Matt Gilson, my manager, and all the guys who looked after him. And I think you could say we're happy.
Progeny by top race mare Jacqueline Quest are always well sought after at auction, and lot 357, a Galileo colt and full brother to Breeders' Cup juvenile turf winner Line of Duty, proved no exception when selling to Godolphin for 1.1 million guineas. The successful consigners were New England Stud.
He was a gorgeous horse, and we always had high hopes. We'd have been disappointed if he didn't sell very well, but nevertheless, when you get to 7 figures, you breathe a huge sigh of relief. So no, we're very, very happy and everybody very excited. She's been a great mare because not only has she produced financially very well, but she's done it on the track in terms of delivering stakes horses and a Breeders' Cup winner and everything else. So yes, we were hopeful, but we're greatly relieved that it's all happened now. Typical of the family, but probably a little bit scopier than the last couple she's had. We're, a really genuinely lovely horse who's been gorgeous foal, yearling the whole way through. So the hopes have always been there, but the reality's now come true. So really, really exciting.
Another consignor to have enjoyed a standout sale so far, a Ballyphilip stud, who, having been responsible for consigning a full sister to Batash on day one for 800,000 guineas, registered another notable success with lot 198, a Lope de Vega colt out of Group 3 winner Bikini Babe, who also went the way of the Godolphin buying team, this time for 750,000 guineas. The purchase was one of 14 made by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed's Godolphin team this week, spending over 14.5 million guineas to end the opening 2 sessions of Book 1 as the week's leading purchasers, with one more session still to come.